Hello viewers, and welcome to another installment in the Dimension 68000 series. This time we're going to be looking at the IBM PC emulation. Now, a brief rundown on the Dimension 68000 is that it came out in the mid-1980s and through hardware emulation claimed to be able to run software for IBM PC, Apple II Plus, and various Z80 machines. However, it did this, well, to a greater or lesser degree, really. It depended on what you were trying to do. Text-based things work fine. Anything that has any kind of graphics, it is just painfully slow, and we will see that very soon. Before we get started, we'll run this little utility that will show us what cards are in the expansion slots, and you can see that we have the 8086 emulator for IBM PC Emulation, the Z80 emulator for Osborne, K-Pro, Chromemco, and other Z80 based machines, Apple II emulator, although it only says Apple there, it's the Apple II Plus. We also have an expansion card with 512K of RAM and a card for the RGB output. If you don't have the RGB output, there is composite output built onto the board. Now, a brief explanation of the status bar at the bottom of the screen, where it says A equals A and B equals A. The second letter, or the A, actually means, or denotes, that's the word I'm looking for. It denotes what format the drive is. So drive A and B are both 40-track 400K in the CPM 68K or Dimension format. In fact, I think they call it just Dimension 40-track. If it was in inverse video, it would be Dimension 80-track and be an 800K drive. It's also capable of being set to various other formats like the IBM PC single side and well, a whole lot of others, whole list of them. But we'll get into that in a different video. What we're interested in now is the IBM emulation. So let's go ahead and start the IBM emulator. The emulation disk is in drive B, so we'll just start her up just like that. Now it tells me what the configuration is. I'll remove my CPM boot disk and put in a DOS boot disk, which I thought I had readily at hand, and I do not. Here we go, DOS 3.3. And I think that it's only a bootable disk and command com, and that is it. And we're not worried about the date or time. Let's just see what's on it. Yes, command com is on. Okay, now I can remove that boot disk and remove the emulation disk from B, because the first piece of software takes 2 disks. And this is a piece of software that I actually did use many years ago. I had a Tandy 1000 TX. And it's called First Choice, and it's one of those all-in-one suites where it has a database and spreadsheet and word processor and that kind of thing. There we go. There's the menu. Now you'll notice that there's no color. I have not seen any color in any of the emulators. And what I want to do is get an existing file. And I want a file from the B drive. And there is only one file, and that one right there, which will be my actual check register. I set up a spreadsheet to use as a check register many, many years ago. Probably the only useful thing I did on a computer. And there we have it. There is the check register. And yes, the balance was hanging in the balance, more or less. Although it seems I could splurge on Pizza Hut. Okay, so that is the spreadsheet. Now then, if I create a document, I think I can press a number key and have the same. Yes, I can. Bring up the word processor. And if you look very carefully, that is not a camera artifact. The screen is actually moving. I don't know if that's the video signal or if it's the monitor. Probably the monitor. But anyway, this is the word processor, and I do remember using it, and to get any of the special, like bold or underline or something like that, you had to put the special characters in yourself, or put the codes in actually. And there we have a look at PFS First Choice, one of the very few useful things that I did with my computer. Let's go ahead and get out of that. Back to DOS. Now you're probably thinking, useful software like PFS First Choice is all well and good, but can it play games? The answer is, sort of. It really depends on the game. To my thinking, I believe that if the game is making direct hardware calls, then that's going to crash the emulation. If it's making BIOS calls, then it will work, but rather slowly. Case in point. Let's start a game now. We're going to have to go for a keyboard control because the emulator does not use the joystick. Here we go, massive speed. And still no color. And crash right into a wall. Let's try that again with less crashing. Look at the tremendous speed of those screen writes. Oh. Down, down, I tell you, fire. Missed the satellite dish altogether? Nope. No, I'm never going to get there. Hooray, I hit something. Wrong button. Try this way. Maybe I should pick up some fuel. Hey, I thought that was picking up fuel. Apparently not. But as you can see, gaming, as far as graphic style game, is just not really that great. Text-based game will work. However, I don't have any DOS text-based games. I do have one other game, but I don't know how to get out of Zaxxon, because escape seems to be like pause. I guess I'll just have to crash. Well, I couldn't find a way to gracefully exit the game, so I just had to press the reset button. Now, this is an interesting feature of the emulation, is that if I press the break key, it will return to CPM 68K. Now I can put my DOS boot disk back in and restart the emulation. Let's try one more game. I think C Tetris for CGA style. No joystick. You really have to be patient if you want to play games on the IBM emulator. I think eventually we'll get to the game. There we are. I think center key, yeah. Down arrow should drop it. Yes, it does. Okay. Well, for people who are not exceptionally good at Tetris, now I don't know if that is 3 blocks or 2 blocks in the gap. It was 3. Ooh. I believe this is as fast as it's ever going to go. So even for a very poor Tetris player like me, you can actually do fairly well. Oh, darn it. That's what I was trying to avoid. Okay, now let's just start stacking. A little quick on the trigger there. Now I'm just building cityscapes. I guess I spoke too soon when I said even a poor player could do fairly decently. Not exactly what I had in mind. Can I at least get one long straight one? No, you cannot. There it is. Don't mess it up. But you get the idea. Go ahead and hit reset. And go back to CPM 68K. Well, that wraps it up for this installment. Hope you enjoyed it, and I should have some more videos coming fairly soon. Thanks for watching.